My name is Jan Eliason. I'm the Director of Harm Reduction Services for Fargo Cast Public Health in the City of Fargo.
And I'm Chandler Esslinger. I'm the Community Liaison for Fargo Cast Public Health in the Harm Reduction Division based out of the Downtown Engagement Center. So today we're here to talk about our new expanded outreach team. Jan, can you share with us a little bit about how we got to this place and what they're intended to do?
It's a direct result of the city's renewed efforts to address chronic homelessness and unsheltered homelessness, especially in the downtown area. We recognize that there are challenges downtown, and we believe that everybody needs some support to address those challenges, and this is the best way that we can do that. We have other outreach teams that are all over the metro area, and this team is going to be right downtown, so when they're needed, they're able to respond as quickly as possible.
So this team is going to be on foot, mostly walking around downtown and really in service of people who might be experiencing a crisis, but also people who might be interacting with someone who's experiencing a crisis.
Correct, and we know that we've tried to address issues when they've come up, when businesses have called us or an employee downtown that sees something that's particularly concerning, whether that be somebody sleeping outside or some other situation. We're able to more predictably respond by having a team that's just focused downtown. And it can be any situation. It can just be concern about a particular situation and they want to be able to run it by somebody or have somebody check on it, or it could be something bigger.
Kind of triage the situation.
Yes, definitely triage.
And this is similar to things that we already do with our mobile outreach team, but one of the things that happens with the current mobile outreach program is sometimes they might be transporting an individual to hospital or wherever they need to go, and there isn't always that downtown presence. And so this is really an expansion of that evidence-based best practice outreach model that we already use in just a concentrated area.
Correct, and I think we're seeing that across the country in more and more cities, that it makes more sense to just really focus your efforts in the area where that they're most needed, right? Yes, so it will be a lot of times when we get calls about something that's happening or a concern, we know the people already, and that relationship really influences the situation a great deal. It feels a little bit less threatening, I guess, when somebody who you know and is pretty predictable and isn't going to be, there are no surprises when they show up. Plus, we know that it doesn't make sense to send in a more expensive response when it's not needed. So we're there to try to avert that more expensive response and also try to produce or try to come up with a relationship or follow-up or anything that can help the person get beyond that situation based on what they're saying that they need.
When that trusting relationship has been built with someone, have you ever seen anybody turn down an opportunity for housing?
I have yet to meet somebody that once you really get into it and you really get to a place where you can have conversations, that truly just wants to be homeless. They just don't want what they've experienced in the past in order to try to get housing.
So it sounds to me like this neighborhood response team is really the first step in a series of steps that is going to help our community address our homelessness issue that has been increasing across the nation. And it sounds like we also have plans to identify how we can better move people into housing, but this is where you start in order to make that become a reality.
Yeah, I think some of our efforts are going to take a while, I mean, it's hard to make things move fast when it involves decision-making and dollars and all of the things that are going to be required, and investment from the community, from our neighboring communities, everybody, to really get beyond this situation. Until then, though, engaging with people and preparing for that day when we have the resources we need to get out of this situation altogether. It's the neighborhood response team operates right now from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We know that during the daytime when people are downtown shopping and walking and participating in all the amazing things that happen, that sometimes that's when people have concerns or something pops up that they want us to be able to address. So that's why we're choosing those hours. However, we'll adjust those hours based on what we learn from people who work downtown, based on what we learn from the people we're serving. And I think that we can adjust them depending on events. We're flexible, and I think that's one of our greatest strengths as the Harm Reduction Division, is that we are just so flexible. We move in order to meet the needs of the people we're trying to serve instead of expecting them to move based on our schedule.
I really hope that this opportunity will help demonstrate to the community that we're committed to change. We're committed to helping our downtown community be a place where everybody feels like they belong and has a place to be. And that future end goal of ending homelessness altogether is achievable as long as we keep chipping away at it.